Meanwhile, there's been an interesting development regarding the NDIS. The Australian Report's NDIS Minister Amanda Rishworth says there will be no tightening of which disabilities are eligible for the $44 billion scheme. That's despite the government facing a mammoth effort to rein in costs, with Labor instead to launch a new panel to review contestable services and programs participants are using. And I have to say, that's a good thing. I know there's been a cost blowout with the NDIS, but that's because I believe we never fully acknowledged the true scope of disabilities in our society. And shrinking the criteria of what fits into a disability isn't going to solve the issues vulnerable people are facing. Now, look, tabloids might fixate on those rorting the system, but we can't forget the good the NDIS is doing. It's a system that gives those with disabilities a better life and teaches those with disabilities to become less dependent on the system, ultimately saving the taxpayer money. But let me be clear, those defrauding the system need to be caught and dealt with. In the 23 financial year, the NDIS estimates it lost $1.4 billion through fraud and payment errors. Just this week, NDIS fraudster Paul Tilbury, he faced court for spending $400,000 of his client's money. There's obviously fraudsters out there who need to be caught, but don't let those doing the wrong thing stop us from helping those who need it. And look, while we're on the NDIS, why do people get up in arms about the use of sex workers? After the use of sex workers made headlines, then NDIS Minister Bill Shorten announced sex work would be banned from being funded through the scheme. Why though? I just don't understand why people with disabilities shouldn't be allowed to enjoy sex. These people with severe disabilities, they can't go out and pick up someone. So why shouldn't they be able to pay someone? Would these politicians, radio hosts and columnists who complain about it be happy to go without sex for the rest of their lives? I bet Barnaby Joyce wouldn't. Canberra is littered with sex scandals and affairs. The man who made that decision, Bill Shorten, dumped his wife for another woman. And I'm sure it wasn't just because of her personality. No, sexual desire is a base desire of the human race. Yet, we would happily stop those with disabilities from experiencing the joy of sex. Quite frankly, it's outrageous, and it treats those less fortunate as second-class citizens. If you believe they shouldn't have access to those services, do this, put your money where your mouth is, and never have sex again. See how you like it.